back to another Crawlspace Encounters. Alright, well, we got another house here. This house is selling for $954,000. Sits on about an acre in a really nice part of town. This house, I think, was built in '97. I've been to this house before, a long time ago, actually. It's been a long time. I guess they took it off the market, and now I put it back. So I really don't remember much about it. So, like I said, we're gonna check it out, all fresh together. And if you're new to the channel, this is about crawl spaces. Where I live here in this region, more than 80% of the houses are crawl space homes. A lot of people moving in here. A lot of people don't know about crawl spaces, and that's basically what I like to do, is kind of just give you a tour of what crawl spaces look like, and let you determine if you like slab houses or crawl spaces. Not too much to say about slab. Slab is built on rock. Crawl spaces, there's some other things involved in this. You'll see I post a lot of videos about crawl space homes, and we just want to kind of let people know what to look out for. But we're going to take a dive in this one, and let's see what she's all about. All right, I'll see you in a sec. All right, well, this crawl space has got an actual, looks like a door. I like this. Means it's going to be tall. I like tall crawl spaces, that's for sure. Like usual, I want to kind of get my flashlight and look around. Make sure there's no wild animal. Make sure there is nobody down here that I don't feel like freaking encountering. How about that? Because I do get to see some of that. Alright, so let's start over here. So you can see, well, that's an old door. So this is the low point of the crawl space right here. The lowest point of the crawl space is right here. Looks like some water piles on in during times of rain, which we've been getting some on and off rain here, not too crazy. Definitely likes to stand right there. Look at the size of these pillars. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 high. Man, I don't like this. Look at this. It's used a double 2x6 drop sill here. Man, they should have, if you're going to use a 2x6, at least beef it up a little bit more. That's a lot of weight. This is a heavy house. It's a big house. It's about 3,100 square feet. Definitely has some weight to it. Water comes in right through this front porch. If you are a returning crawl space encounter person, man, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe. I know some of you guys are commenting quite a bit. If you're not subscribed, hook a brother up, subscribe, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Man, I got a lot of fun stuff here. I show. But man, I dig this. Being able to stand up in here. Definitely some water, so this crawl space is going to need some kind of a drainage system. You know, part of the inspection report does talk about water intrusion, so unfortunately I gotta bring that up. A little bit of fungus growth, not too much. Let's find out what the moisture readings are right here. I'm gonna have to take them anyway, so might as well let you guys know what's going on. Okay, well, that's high. 24%. Anything over 20% is not good. So 24%, that's well in the red. Yeah, you hate to do that, man. You know it's August. I'm sorry, I'm just on pause here. I'm trying to put the cap back on the moisture meter. It's August, hot time of the year. Moisture readings are going to get high. Unfortunately, it's what's required for me to do is check moisture readings. Got an HVAC system here. It's a gas unit. Man, this actually looks like they've done some work to this. I definitely get some plastic underneath here. You definitely want to protect underneath this unit, keep it from rusting. Put that condensation pump right in the ground. I don't know. I don't, don't ask me. That's not part of my gig here. But you guys leave a comment. Tell me what you think about that buried condensation pump. Everybody has a different approach on things. I personally wouldn't like it because that clay is going to find its way into that pump somehow. Yeah. Anyway, my opinion, guys. Look at that. That valve is leaking. It's probably gonna bust loose pretty soon. Gonna have to probably bring that up. So we're starting to get a little bit. I just don't like this 2x6. This bothers me. I framed houses, man, for a long time. And you definitely don't want to get too chintzy on support systems and all that jazz. I see something over there, something that's going to probably prove my point here, but let's get the spider web out of here. Water is definitely coming into this front porch. You can see that. Sorry about the spider webs. If you're new to the channel, the reason why there's spider webs everywhere is because I do not edit my videos. I come down here. This is almost like live streaming is what I do. You get to see what I see firsthand. Whatever I come across for the first time, so do you. So I think that's what makes my channel kind of unique, is you and I get to critique it at the same time. 2x6 there. Wow, look at this. All right, so just a couple of things here. So this is a 6mm vapor barrier. I've had a few videos where I've talked about this. I would never think that a 6mm vapor barrier can actually start deteriorating. It's not, it's pretty thick. But you can see this is crazy. It just crumbles. That's nuts. That is absolutely nuts. I honestly really would never have thought that would do that. Not a 6mm poly. Anything, 4, 3, 2, anything in that nature, sure, I'm guessing. But a 6, it's actually pretty thick. But this is, look at this support unit here. Oh my God. Wow. So they busted this pier to run the AC stuff. And that was their finished product. Yeah, that's not gonna fly. Yeah, this guy had a bad day. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the 6 mil poly, this is not. If you look at it, well, if you look over here, this stuff is pretty tough. This is pretty thick plastic. Like I can't. I'm pulling on it right here. Now you can barely even do that, but you mix a little moisture, a little bit of time, and voila, you get it crumbling. And I just, like I said, of all the Crawlspace videos I've done, I've maybe done just a handful where I've actually videoed that. So if I'm kind of hesitating to talk a little bit, is because I am trying to use the camera to show you what's going on down here, and I'm also trying to keep my eyes peeled to see if there's something I need to show you. So this is the back of the house, which would be the top of the hill. So water comes in. Let me get these spider webs out of here. So water comes in through this back wall, and works its way to where we started. But you can see right through there, that water comes in right through that brick. That brick is not designed to hold back any kind of water. None at all. But I definitely feel the humidity back here. So we're going to take it to the moisture reading here in just a minute. Yeah, this plastic is already starting to deteriorate back here as well. Not as bad as that other one. I recorded some other ones that were pretty bad. I was like, man. So water's definitely pooling here when it rains, and that's not good. This place is going to need a drainage system for sure to keep the water out from underneath this house. You can see these are all dried up water. Not good. And because this is taking on some water, let's get these webs out of here. You're definitely starting to get some fungal growth. Not good. And this is a big crawl space, so if you got to do some drainage work, vapor barrier, whatever you got to do down here to remediate this moisture, 25%. Yeah, 24.5, 25%. Same thing as the front portion. It just feels a lot more humid back here. This is where the water is definitely coming in. And let me get that spider web off the lens. Guys, hit that like, subscribe. Helps my channel out. It's growing. It's been about a year. Just became a YouTube partner. Of course, I haven't started making any money yet. I got to get to 1,000 subscribers for that to happen, if you guys want to know how that works. So I still need another 450 subscribers. Hook a brother up. I appreciate it. And if you guys, I love it when you guys correct me on things. I'm down here just talking, blah, 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 blah. Might be saying some things here. Leave something on the comments. Tell me what you would do to help remediate these issues. If you were an inspector, What would you want done here? If you were purchasing this house, what would you want done in order for you to make a deal? Keep in mind, this is a $950,000 home. Here's your AC system. So they've actually had some work done. You can see some flex lines added there. The AC looks, it's not as beat up as the ones I usually see. But still, none of this wood that they use in the crawl spaces. Got all this water coming in. Let me get this lens real quick. Is pressure treated lumber. Nothing down here is treated lumber. So this is going to continue this way. Like I said, this house was built in '97. So this is going to continue, and then before you know it, you're going to have some wood rot. They might already have some settling problems upstairs. Due to the moisture, the water is sitting around the foundation. And here's the water heater. Water heaters and crawl spaces. I can't tell you how many times I see this. And they're usually in pretty beat up shape, but this one's fairly new. Looks like it. It's got a jacket on. And they duct taped the crap out of this. You can see how the duct tape doesn't really hold on too well because humidity down here is pretty high, and this duct tape just, not frowning on duct tape, but God knows I've got a lot of those rolls. But this doesn't do well with humidity. But I would choose a better platform. They do sell some nice platforms for water heaters. At least down here, you're not dealing with a height issue. Most crawl space water heaters have height problems, so they can only do so much. But still, you can do things to help. They threw a couple of bricks. You can see it. This thing will eventually rust out from this humidity from the ground. It just starts rusting out the bottom of that. I've got so many videos out there that actually shows you that taking place. Look at that vent. That vent is wide open. That's exactly why I check out crawl spaces before I get in here. Flash that light down here to see if you see any eyeballs. But that is a recipe for a possum, a raccoon, a stray cat that's scared and wants to scratch your face off. Not what you want to encounter, especially when you're in a crawl space. You're pretty vulnerable when you're chilling on your knees, especially holding a camera on one hand and a freaking flashlight on the other. Not good. So here is another unit. This one is off the ground. I like that. So they put those bars through the cables, tie it to the floor joist, and keep it off the ground. That's gonna help save it from getting completely rusted. You can still see how it does still get to rust, even though this is just a shell. But that humidity still finds its way into the system itself. You can see even the tape doesn't hold too well here. I try to, believe it or not, I'm one of those guys who just likes to, if I see something wrong, and I can just put my hands on it real quick, kind of help it out for a second, do what I gotta do. But in this case, there's some other problems down here that's gonna require some loving. Yeah, for the most part, this place is huge. French drain, vapor barrier due to the 25% moisture readings. I'm always gonna recommend a dehumidifier down here to kind of condition the crawl space. But I do not see like a crazy amount of fungus. I just don't. I just see some here and there. Moisture readings are high, but I think a good vapor barrier, a French drain inside the crawl space. Depending on where you're from, I hear you guys comment a lot with doing a lot of exterior work. You know, if exterior work is gonna work better, I guess it all depends on how much you feel like spending and what's outside. Some of it's doable, some of it's not. So I don't know. I'm more of a interior French drain kind of guy. That's just me. My opinion. I deal with a lot of inspectors in this area. Some good guys. They're actually good inspectors. I've met some pretty crappy ones I'm not fans of. A lot of corrupt. Very corrupt. They'll do anything to get an inspection job. I'll be honest with you, I'm not about that. I've been part of a bad closing in my life. I've seen too many bad experiences, and that's exactly why I started this channel. Just awareness of crawl spaces. If your realtor says he's gonna line everything up with their inspectors and they got a friend and yada yada yada, keep this in mind. The reason why they have an inspector is because that inspector probably clears a lot of things. Because these realtors don't make money until they get to the closing table and everybody signs a paper and then everybody gets handed a check. Till then, all these inspections have to take place. If something happens during an inspection, that's a no bueno. They don't want to hear it. That's a big no-no. So if you're going to be somebody who's honest and doing the right thing for the buyer, for the banks, then you're not going to have a lot of business. I've been blessed, thank God. I do very well, get a lot of referrals. People call me for all kinds of stuff, not just buying house inspections, but just to kind of check up after contractors. And man, these people pay me. They just want somebody to be straight with them, man. This is when you got a little too much moisture in the ground, in the crawl space. Then you got a plant. Look at that. You got a plant growing in here. Plants aren't supposed to be growing in your crawl space at all. I usually find mushrooms, but it's usually when the crawl space is just a little bit more shallow, a lot more humid than this one. And I am sweating quite a bit right now, but definitely a French drain. Kind of seal up these holes in the pipes. That water comes in through those pipes too during rain. But overall, man, this is really not bad. There's going to have to be some money be invested in here. But overall, you're talking about $1 million house. Whatever you gotta do, you can tell nothing has been done down here to help with moisture. So now is that time to kind of do something about it. This is the time where, as a buyer, you want to make a move. Say, hey, listen now, I'm interested in buying the house, but we need a new vapor barrier down here. We got to tell them about this water. Plus, the inspection report's going to end up going to the bank. Mortgage company's going to be like, you have to buy in cash. Probably, obviously, you don't have to go through a bank. But it's still, you don't want to be stuck with all this. Not a lot of cash buyers with this kind of money here. million bucks. But you can probably negotiate. I don't know. There's so many different things I hear people do, but still, I would definitely have this taken care of. Go from there. Crawlspace Encounters, thank you so much. Leave a comment, hit that like, subscribe, and very, very soon I'll be posting another one. Thanks, guys.